Welcome to Kendra's Artistic Crochet Designs, and today we're going to make the triple heart square for our Valentine blanket, kids blanket that we're making. And so we are going to start with white, and we're going to chain 30. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, this is 19, 20, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Alright, so we have 30. Alright, so we're going to start with the base, and I'm going to work in the back bumps of this chain, and we're going to go in the back bump. We're going to pull up loops from each back bump, starting in the second chain from the hook. Alright, so by the time that you're done doing this, you should have 30 loops on your hook. So for this project, you're going to need 3 balls of white, 2 balls of, I'm going to make 3 different color hearts, so you'll need 2 balls of each of those colors. Alright, so once we get them all on there, it's a good idea to count them and make sure you have 30 loops. So there's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 2, 4, 6, 8, 30. Okay, I have 30. Alright, now we're going to start by, we're going to do a return pass. So you're going to go through 1 loop, and then we're going to go through 2 loops, all the way back until you come up with 1 loop on your hook. Alright, so now we're going to do the knit stitch. So starting in the second one, the second um, vertical line, you got all these vertical lines now. We're just going to go right into it and go straight back and bring up a loop. And that is the knit stitch. We're going to do that with each one, and you will always have 30 loops on your hook. So after you get all your loops on, if you want to, you can count them. We need to do, this is the second row, so you're going to need 5 more rows after this. So you'll have a total of 7 rows of white before we even start the pattern. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, except for let me show you what to do when we get to the end of this. And when you get to the end there, you're going to go through both of these loops in the back and bring up. And you'll do that at the end of every row. And then return pass is always the same. Go through 1 and then go through 2 all the way back till you've got 1 loop on your hook. Now we're going to do that 5 more times so that we have 7 rows. And then we will be back for row 8 next. Alright, so we are going to start out row 8 with 9 white. Now remember, this one on the hook counts. So this is actually 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then I'm going to use this pink for the 1 heart. So we just need 1 pink there. And then we need another white. Might as well start that now. So we'll start another white on the other side of this pink right here. And we need 20 of those. So there's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. Alright, so now when we're doing color though, I'm gonna work off this first row so you can see what we're doing with this. So just like normal, we're going through 1 first, and then we're going to go through 2. All the way until we get to the pink. So when we get to the pink, then we need to bring up the pink and change color to go through that one. Okay, then we're going to bring up this white and then go through the rest of them. So that's how you would work off colors. And that was row 8. Alright, so row 9, we need 8 white. So there's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And then we're going to switch over to the pink. And we need 3 pink. So there's 1, 2, and 3. Now we'll switch back over to the white. And we need 19 white now. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, and 19. And we're going to work those off, and then we'll be back for row 10 next. Alright, so now we need row 10, and in row 10 we're going to start out with 7 white. So there's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then we need 5 pink. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then we need 3 white. So there's 1, 2, 3. And then we're going to bring in the hot pink. So just need 1 hot pink, and we're going to bring in another white. And we need 14 white next. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and 14. All right, work those off and we'll be back for row 11 next. All right, row 11, we need 6 white to start out with. There's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then we need 5 pink. No, we need 7 pink. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then we need 1 white and 3 hot pink. So there's 1 white, and now we're putting 3 hot pink in. And then we need 13 white to finish off the row. So there's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and 13. And there we go. That's what it should look like on your hook. All right, work those off and we'll be back for row 12 next. All right, before we go to row 12, this white one right here, right after this pink, this is going to disappear. So we're just going to cut it off, and then I'll use that wherever I need it next. All right. So then now row 12. We're going to start out with 5 white. So there's 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we need 9 pink. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. And then you need 4 hot pink. So there's 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then 12 white to finish off the row. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Alright, and this is what it should look like on your hook. So work those off, and we'll be back for row 13 next. Alright, row 13, we'll start out with 5. So there's 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we need 9 of the pink. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then we need 5 of the hot pink. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 11 white will finish off the row. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. Alright, and this is what it should look like on your hook. And work those off, and we'll be back for row 14 next. Alright, so row 14, we're going to start out with 5 white again. So there's 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now we're going to need another white coming up here, so I'm pulling that white out. Now we need 4 of these pink. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we're going to bring 1 white here. And then we need another hot pink. Not hot pink, regular pink. And we need to put 4 of those in next. So there's 1. 2, 3, 4. And now we need 6 hot pink. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then 10 white to finish off the row. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Alright, and that's what it should look like on the hook. Work those off, and we'll be back for row 15 next. Alright, so row 15, we're going to start out with 6 white. So there's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then we need 2 pink, 1, 2, and 2 white, 1, 2, and then we need a hot pink. So I'm going to bring in another hot pink here. And then we need 2 pink. And then we have this hot pink, and we need 8 hot pink. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Nope, I didn't do that right. Hang on a minute. I skipped a stitch right here. I'm going to start the hot pink right here. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Alright, and then we will finish off this row by putting in 9 white. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Alright, and that's what it should look like on your hook. Work those off, and we'll be back for row 16 next. Alright, so before we do row 16, we need to cut off some yarns because this heart right here is finished. So we can cut those off and anything in between there too. So this white and this hot pink also can be cut off, because we won't be needing either one of those. So I always cut them off long, and we are done with that regular pink. All right. Now we can work on row 16. We are going to start out with 9 white. So there's 1, there's 3 actually now, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. And then we have this hot pink we're going to bring over. We need 13 hot pink. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Alright, and then we need 2 white. So there's 1, and 2, and then 1 purple. So we're bringing in the other little heart is purple. I'm going to make it purple. So 1 purple here, and then we're just going to continue. Instead of putting another white in there, we're going to put in 5 white next, so to finish it off. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Alright, so this is what your hook should look like now. And then work those off, and we'll be back for row 17 next. Okay, so row 17, we're going to start out with 8 white. So there's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then we need 13 hot pink. No, 15. 15 hot pink. I thought that was right. Okay, so there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. No, wait a minute, did I do that right? Wait a minute, we skipped a stitch here. You can see that. So there's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15 right here. Alright, and then we need 3 purple. There's 1, 2, and 3. And then 4 white to finish off the row. So there's 1, 2, 3, and 4. Alright, so that's what your loops should look like on your hook. Work those off, and we'll be back for row 18 next. Alright, so row 18, we're going to start out with 7 white. So there's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then 15 hot pink. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and then 5 purple. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 3 white to finish off the row. There's 2 and 3. So this is what the loop should look like on your hook. Work those off, and we will be back for row 19 next. Row 19, we'll start out with 7 white. So there's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and we need 14 hot pink next. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. And we need 7 purple. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and we'll finish this row off by putting 2 white, 1 and 2. All right, let's see what. All right, so this is what you should have on your hook and what it looks like. Work those off, and we'll be back for row 20 next. All right, so row 20, we are going to start out with 7 white again. So there's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then we need 13 hot pink. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. We need 9 purple. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. And then 1 white to finish it off. All right, so here's what the loops look like. And just all you gotta do is just work those off, and we'll be back for row 21 next. So row 21, we need 7. Start out with 7. So there's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then 13 hot pink. So there's 2, 3, 4, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 9 purple. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then the 1 white at the end. And this is what it looks like on the hook. So work those off, and we'll be back for row 22 next. Alright, so row 22, we're doing 7 white. So there's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then 13 hot pink. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. And then we need 4 of the purple. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4. And then I have this extra white one we're going to bring in. Put 1 white in. And then we have the purple, another purple. And we need to put 4 purple in next. So there's 1, 2, 3, and 4, and then the 1 white at the end to finish off the row. Alright, there we go. So there's what it looks like on the hook, our loops look like. Work those off, and we will be back for row 23 next. Alright, so row 23, we're going to start out with 8 white. So there's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then we need 7 hot pink. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Then I have another white I'm going to bring in here. We just need 1 white here. and another hot pink. That we need 5 hot pinks next. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4. And 5 right here. All right, now we need 2 purple. 1, 2, and 3 white. 1, 2, 3. All right, 2 purple. 1, 2, and 2 white to finish it off. So there's 1 and 2. All right, so this is what row 23 looks like on the hook. All right, work those off. We'll be back for row 24 next. All right, so row 24, we're starting out with 9 white. So there's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then we need 5 hot pink. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we need 3 white. So there's 1, 2, 3, and 5 hot pink. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we're going to cut off, first of all, we can get rid of these purple, because that purple heart is done. These 3 colors we don't need anymore, so we'll cut those off. And then bring this white over here, and we need 8 whites to finish off this row. So there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Like that. All right, so this is what row 24 looks like on the hook. So work those off. Isn't this so cool? Love those 2 little hearts. Work those off, and we'll be back for row 25 next. All right, so row 25, we need 10 white. So there's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Then we need 3 hot pink. So there's 1, 2, 3, 5 white, so there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 3 hot pink. 1, 2, 3, and then we need 9 white to finish it off. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Alright, so that's what it looks like on the hook. And we will be back for row 26 next. Alright, so these are our hearts finished up. And then 26 through 30, it is just plain white. So we're going to cut off all the rest of these. We're going to keep this one here. I think I lost it. And we're going to cut these off. So those gets cut off. And these two get cut off. And then pulled out my stitches. And we'll put those back in. So we're cutting off all but this one here, this white one right here. So row 26 is nothing more than 30 white across here. It's all white. And also 27 through 30 as well. So you need 5 rows of white after those hearts are done. Alright, so I will finish off my square with my 5 rows of white, and then I'm going to sew down all my ends, and then we will be back to put the border on this. Okay, so we're going to start the border. We're going to do a half double crochet bind off. So so you'll wrap your hook and you'll go down into the stitch just like we're going to knit, and bind these off one at a time. That stitch is a little messed up. Let's try that again. Alright, now when we get to the end here, just like when we go through those 2 stitches on the side here, you need to put 3 half double crochets in that stitch. And then when you go down the side, we're just going to put 1 half double crochet in each stitch around. So, and then when you get to the corners, make sure you put 3 half double crochets in the corners. Alright, we'll go all the way around like that, and then when we come back, we'll be on round 2 of this border. Alright, so round 2, we're going to still half double crochet, but we're going to half double crochet in the 3rd loop, which is behind these half double crochets. So just like we've been doing ever since we started the squares. Alright, and then when you get to that middle stitch of the corner, because the corner consists of 3 stitches, the middle stitch, you will put 3 half double crochets in that middle stitch using the 3rd loop. So we're going to be just half double crocheting in the 3rd loops all the way around. And then I'll see you for round 3. One last time. Alright, so this is the last row. We are going to single crochet in those 3rd loops now. Alright, and then when you get to the corners, of course you'll put 3 single crochets in the middle stitch of those 3 stitches on the corner. And the border will look like this when you're done all the way around. I hope you guys are having a lot of fun with these hearts. I want to thank you guys for watching. Have a great day, and bye-bye now.